think we got it. Hello! I'm Saki. Welcome to... Oh, sorry. I'm Saki. And
I'm Matthew.
Welcome to Thursday Night Poetry. We are almost at the end of the year. Wow, I think this is like week 48, 47 or something. So, wow. Okay. Crazy times. All right. So we have... Did you bring old poems too? Or... Okay, I think I have one old poem. So we'll have 3 poems today. 2 new, 1 old. In which case, I guess I'll start so we can alternate.
Okay.
Do I see a sonnet?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Your keyboard is suspiciously covering up that last... Oh, it's a quatrain. Okay. Spy. All right. I wrote a sonnet today. Let's see if I can pull it up. All right, here we go. This is about the Twitter. Let me just make sure I'm starting up. Okay, good. Here we go. Do away with social media mess. Express your thoughts succinctly in a tweet. 140 characters or less. TLDR culture, short and sweet. Heretical opinion caused debate, thus warranting some censorship and bans, obfuscating truth and spreading hate. Twitter chose to be the middleman, which led to Elon auditing the crowd. Is the First Amendment really so that racial slurs and fake news are allowed? The answer that he got was not a no. Efforts made to skirt hypocrisy, restore disorder to democracy. All right. What do you think, Twitter user?
Sounds familiar.
To what?
To recent current events. Recent history.
Do you agree with this poem?
I mean, it seems like that's what happened. I don't know.
Can I get your opinion on that last couplet, though? Efforts made to skirt hypocrisy, restore disorder to democracy.
I guess so. I remember H.L. Mencken used to say that he loves living in a democracy because it's like a big, hilarious circus where just the stupidest things are constantly happening. This Twitter really gives you that feeling.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like too obscure or hard to interpret, but yeah. Democracy is just like a shitstorm. So, and I think that in recent years, maybe because of social media and that whole like, what's it called? The echo chamber effect. I think that we've come to expect democracy to be on our side, which is, it literally can't be on everyone's side because it's a representative democracy and it's more or less majority rule. So yeah, I think we forget that sometimes you can't win because you're just not in the majority.
Yeah. This is what Anthony Day just say defines a public choice mechanism as one where the opinions of some people get overridden by the opinions of other people, which I think is very funny.
Mm-hmm. Wait, why is it funny?
I don't know. People seem to think that it's about cooperation or understanding or something. But
yeah.
I mean, I guess in a kind of abstract way. But the way you get there is by making somebody's opinion win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think everything's fair game too. Like if you want to like use weird tactics to persuade someone to join your team, then like okay. Yeah. Anyway, what else did I wanted? I kind of wanted your opinion on a bunch of things because I actually don't use Twitter and I have no idea, but I'm just writing about what I heard.
You technically use Twitter.
I have an account just so no one tries to like impersonate me. What do I use Twitter for? Unless there's like ghost posting. Do I post on Twitter? I never log in to check.
No.
Okay. What do you mean I technically use Twitter?
I mean, you're on there.
Doesn't mean I use it. I guess that's it on my poem. Unless you want to comment on some of these other things. Actually, I do want to comment on my own poem. This started out as what? Which one is the rhyme scheme that goes like ABBA ABBA, CDE CDE? That's a Spencerian.
Don't remember.
No, wait, that's not Spencerian. That's a
Petrarchan?
Petrarchan, maybe? Yeah. So it started out as that, and then I realized that I had what could be perceived as a volta. Like the first stanza, the first quatrain just says like what Twitter is, and then the second one had like a, but then all the like weird, the hate speech and fake vaccine posts started happening, and then I was like, oh wait, that sounds too much like a volta that happened prematurely. So I had to like completely redo everything, and then I reorganized it. Instead of ABBA, it became ab. So
Yeah.
I thought it was stronger as no volta, just a couplet at the end. The Shakespearean one, I guess. Or is he AB, AB, BC, BC? I can't keep them all straight.
The Shakespearean one has a couplet. The one that I like to do is Spencerian, which is like so evenly chopped up into stanzas that it doesn't really have a big turn like you expect. I've never been a fan of the whole sonnet needs to be an idea and then it needs to have a turn in the middle.
I mean, it's just cool when you can do that.
Everything should be turning in every direction all at once, like a tessellation, like an M.C. Escher drawing.
Okay, like a Bach fugue. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Poems
screw
like
the
a
sonata.
Bach fugue.
All right, cool. I like that. I will call this a fugue. No, it's not.
Shall
All
I
right.
go?
Yeah. Whoa, you have Face ID turned on. You sold your soul to the system.
Did I?
Now Apple knows what you look like.
Not really. Although, if the FBI captures me, they can just put the phone in front of my face to unlock it. So I guess that is kind of selling your soul to the system.
I think you can close your eyes. It won't unlock it.
No, I turned that off.
Oh. What?
It's annoying. You have to like look at the camera. Feels
Okay.
like it's like a eye chart test or something. It's like make sure you're looking at the camera. Yeah, I should probably turn it off.
Oh wow, this is the deadest the stream has ever been. We have 0 concurrent viewers.
We've
Sad.
had 0 viewers before.
Yeah, like the first time we did this. Alright, that's okay.
Alright. I've been having trochees stuck in my head because of the Song of Hiawatha, so...
Oh, I wanted to share that. So the thing I said I left in my card I wanted to share, there was this Hiawatha song in there. It's actually like not PC because Alfred's Basic Piano Library has not been updated for like 20 years, but I saw the song, my student was learning it today and I thought of you. And then the one right before it, the song is called Limerick, and it has a limerick and it adds the lyrics. Anyway, I'll bring it next week to show. It's really cute.
Wow. Alright. Okay. The meaning of this one is not going to be at all clear, but...
Does it have title?
It's called Emergence. It's about a disillusionment with a certain kind of hope of decentralized politics, polyarchy, anarchism, all that stuff.
It's like Twitter?
Like Mastodon.
Oh, okay. The untwitter.
Emerge.
Sorry. just go.
Emergence. Everything is architecture. Oh, the first line is from a Skyclad song called Hit List, if anyone likes Skyclad. Everything is architecture. Putative dividuations, more-or-less-adroitly flexured latticework. Residuation, buttressing the infrastructure's hollow-bodied dereliction, dithers over latent ruptures. bubble skins convex a friction dawdles over counterpressure, dimpled envelopes unsmiling, obsequent before depressors, impercipient inscribing. Pervious, osmotic slumping, warps, everted organisms, mucously resorbent crumpling, needing motley vorticisms.
This is kind of gruesome. Okay.
Skeletal diffusion argues counterfactual projectures, sunken retroacted milieus. Everything is architecture.
What?
Yeah.
This is a
This
deep
is what happens when I
metaphor.
just start writing something without picking a topic.
Cool. I mean, so did I. Wait, can we just read that all again? I didn't catch it. Okay, hold on. Before we read it all again, you're gonna have to define some words for me. I got lost in the vocab.
There's a lot of nasty slime imagery now, I realize.
Yeah. It just sounds like boils.
This is another thesaurus explosion poem,
Okay.
unfortunately.
What's impercipient? Like non-perceptive?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, impercipient inscribing. Pervious. So pervious is the opposite of impervious, I assume.
Correct.
Okay. Osmotic something warps. Everted, is that the opposite of inverted?
That's like turning something inside out. Or I guess being inside out is being everted.
You used that word when we were talking about, or I don't know if you did a poem on it or if it was discussing my poem, but it was the bee poem, and we're talking about how the bee penis is like it's actually an inside out penis and it gets everted to become erect.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
But that
That's
sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, that's the day I learned that word. Okay, warps, everted organisms, mucously resorbent crumpling, needing motley vorticisms.
Vorticism was an
make up that word?
artistic movement.
Okay.
It's like futurism and cubism smashed together. All their stuff looks like all the figures could almost be like intersected by patterns that go through them. So you could look at it as
Okay.
a painting about individual objects in a normal way, or some weird cubist shit where it's like the lines of color and light go through all the objects simultaneously. It's kind of...
I'm picturing the like weird architecture in at the Mountains of Madness, like like a mirage of weird shapes.
Yeah,
and
that would be good.
landscapes.
A vorticist. What's the? Did they ever name the city? But yeah, it's got like all the intersecting geometries, right? That would be neat.
All right. Did we get all of the weird things? Let's see. Counterfactual, projectors, sunken, retroactive, release. I feel like there was something early on in like the second stanza that caught me off guard.
A friction?
A friction. Yeah, what's
It's
that?
rubbing up against.
Oh, okay. It's what it
Picture a
sounds
bubble.
like. Okay, okay.
Bumping up.
Oh, okay. And then dividuation is that just like dividing?
Yes.
Okay, division. Dividuations. Too fancy.
Every once in a while, I look up one of these words, and the meaning is completely wrong, and it's like not to be confused with. But luckily, I did okay this time, I think.
Dividuations. I like that. It's like that's like the difference between like fancy and fanciful. Okay, they are two very different things. Okay, and then what's flexured? Flexured.
Just like
Flexed?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the difference between flexed and flexured?
I guess a flexure is like the noun thing that is flexed, and so
Not flexion?
flexure would be like a weird reverse thing where you take the noun of something and then turn it back into an adjective.
Oh, like quantitation instead of quantification?
Yeah.
Like quantity?
I guess so.
Yeah. All biologists are dumbs. Sorry. I think about that every time I use like a DNA quantitation kit. It's just like, I mean quantification. Or, I don't know. Or, quantify? Oh, now I don't even know which one's right.
I feel like... I feel like there is a distinction there, but I just have no idea what it is.
Well, one of them's just wrong. It's like reverse engineered. Like, you don't quantitate stuff, you quantify it. But people thought that the word should be quantitation because of the word quantity. But it's quantify, and quantification is the correct one. At least that's what I've read. But maybe I'm just a dumb biologist.
I don't know.
All right, let's hear it again now that we have all those vocabs defined.
Boy.
Yeah.
Emergence. Everything is architecture. Putative dividuations, more or less adroitly flexured latticework. Residuation, buttressing the infrastructure's hollow-bodied dereliction, dithers over latent ruptures. Bubble skins convex a friction, dawdles over counterpressure. Dimpled envelopes unsmiling, obsequent before depressors impercipient inscribing. Pervious osmotic slumping warps everted organisms, mucously resorbent crumpling, needing motley vorticisms. Skeletal diffusion argues counterfactual projectures, sunken retroacted milieus. Everything is architecture.
Okay, so I get lost in this, like, 4 stanzas in. Is this talking about, like, blisters, like, just blisters forming, and, like,
well,
I mean, you said this is political, right? So
I think it's... I'm kind of on board with this symbolist idea that, like, you can just go ahead and use symbols that are only really meaningful to you. But the idea I was thinking about was there's this kind of politics where you think, oh, you want emergence, you want decentralization, you want spontaneous order. But I think in practice, that kind of thing is almost too effective. Like, it's very adroit at molding itself, shaping itself to other structures of power that exist. And so it's not really that helpful. Like, just because you could conceive of, like, it's logically possible that something could replace something bad you don't like, doesn't mean that it is ever going to happen. Or Anthony Day just said, the state is unnecessary but inevitable, which is to say unavoidable. So it's just kind of depressing. So it's all this imagery of, like, bubbles and slimes and woven networks kind of contorting underneath pressure, and then you can smash something up, but then whatever you happen to smash it into is kind of like a vorticist painting where there's this fancy philosophy word, I can't remember it.
That's
oh
okay.
no
That's
anyway
in every word.
there's a different, it just has a different kind of structure ultimately, right? And so everything that you thought was bad just gets recapitulated, and there really is no political hope. I think that's why everything is architecture.
Okay, I guess I was trying to understand it too much like a direct metaphor, like the blisters are the people and the rupturing is just people arguing with each other. I don't know.
I think it is pretty obscure, and I think that's kind of what I like. I don't like things to explain themselves. I think they should just go fucking crazy.
Yeah,
just
I think
be weird.
It's a really good, like, visual poem. It's got lots of imagery. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought it was a political poem at all. Unless, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you recognize the Skyclad line, that whole song, it actually ties into yours, because that song Hit List is about democracy. It's like a cynical politician talk, and then the chorus at the end is everyone lets you down, everyone lets you down, everyone lets you down.
Yeah, jeez. Should we look it up? Should we look that up as our old poem?
Yeah, I can read that as my old poem if you want.
Okay, yes, do that. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Skyclad. Okay.
Which is like a neo-pagan euphemism for being naked.
Oh, cute. It reminds me of the Rush, the 2-1-1-2 album. There's just like a naked dude on the front, and one of my exes got that album and hid it like somewhere deep in his room because he was worried that his dad would find it and go like, "What? Nudity?" and like confiscate it. Anyway. Oh, that's a long poem. All right, read away. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up my poem from my computer.
All right. This is from the perspective of, well, we'll see. Hit list. A list of needs to get me started, help me organize my day, get up, get dressed, and get reminded exactly what I need to say. Everything is architecture. Everything's political. It's all pride and prejudice. Don't tell me that it's art. A cool head for calculation. These things occupy my mind. I work better independent, deal with one thing at a time. Buzzwords buzzing through my brain. Repetition makes the point again. Your vile vowel movements, they bother me. Don't bother to buzz me again. Like peaceful musical interlude. In the evening, when the west light glares and the storm beats out at sea, can you find you if you sit and stare? Is your soul lost on the breeze? Back to politician voice. Let's start again and stop pretending. Forget the furniture of war. Communications never ending. Make things better. Know the score. Everything is architecture. Everything's political. It's all pride and prejudice. Don't tell me what it is. A list of needs to get me started. Evaluate. Prioritize. Certain things must be decided. Taken one step at a time. In the evening when the west light glares and the storm beats out to sea, can you find you if you sit and stare? Is your soul lost on the breeze? All these things I hear could make me live in fear, could force me not to care or drive me to despair. And then you get a nice little harmony, people singing together. Everyone lets you down. Everyone lets you down.
That's
Everyone
what they
lets
sing
you
in
down.
harmony? Surely that has to be like
Oh, it's lovely.
okay. Ironically in harmony. Okay. Cute. That was really good.
They're good album. In the Altogether, which I think, since I talked about H.L. Mencken earlier, I should mention I have a conspiracy theory where the title for this album, In the Altogether, is a reference to a quote from H.L. Mencken about democracy, because the whole thing is about politics.
The whole album is political?
Yeah, the cover is an Archaeopteryx fossil with a little crown on it.
Oh, cute. Wait, what does that have to do with politics?
I guess it's supposed to look like Leviathan or something, like the Thomas Hobbes thing with a giant man made of little men with a crown, but it's like a little dead bird, like a...
Oh. Wait, how are we supposed to get that reference?
I don't know.
You're just making stuff up now. You're just making stuff up now.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, do you remember, did I do this poem last time? Because I remember I tried to recite it and then I couldn't recall it, even though it's a short poem. The bottom one. I didn't read that here yet, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. So this is from like 3 weeks ago where I tried to find my way through the labyrinth and I couldn't because I was being dumb. Okay. So this is a poem about drinking alcohol. Maybe we should put when we close the live stream that this broadcast was not intended for kids. I think we even like threw in a few like swear words in there tonight. Yeah, okay. We'll take this one off the kid-friendly list. Okay. Here we go. Short poem. In an attempt your thoughts to sink, your consciousness to drown, a thought you didn't mean to think swims round and round and round, but unlike the bitter drink, you cannot chase it down. Ooh, clever. Thank you. I think it was like 3 weeks ago we were having like absinthe or something with our poems, so I was like, oh, bitter drink. I need to go look for this poem, and I couldn't find it. Too much absinthe. All right. Anyway, cool. So we ended up doing Too Old, Too New as planned. Well, thank you for watching. Nobody, no viewers tonight. All right. For those of you who are going to watch this after we post it, come join us actually at 7 p.m. next time, and then you can. This should be more interactive. I feel weird like broadcasting this out into the ether, and we don't get any live comments or anything. All right. Maybe we've offended them with our political poems and guilt tripping the meat eaters on Thanksgiving. Okay. All right. We will return in 7 days. Once I find the stop streaming button. Goodbye.